uh, I'm having some, I don't know, I had some updates to do on my laptop, and it uh, is running really, really slowly. I was having real difficulty having the pages cooperate so I could get in the studio. Thank you for hanging in there, Jaconda and Electra. It's good to see you. As I stated in my titling of this particular live, yes, my sister passed unexpectedly. Approximately, I guess it'll be 2 weeks tomorrow. Um, I was in the midst of moving, and so I had to kind of I had to put that on hold, and now I'm on the West Coast. I'm currently in LA. Uh, and I did ask, why is it when death comes, families tend to act damn fools? I'm quickly realizing that I'm not the only person on the planet with dysfunctional family issues. It became very clear to me that her daughter, who recently got married, she was with the guy for 15 years, so they were common law married anyway, but they officially tied the knot. And I want to say that was probably about 3 weeks to a month ago. It just became very clear that they weren't interested in having me there or having me help. My sister was living in my parents' home, and I'd offered and wanted to be in the house to help clean it out. And because my sister's illness was so bad that there was many things that she simply could not do, and I know that based on what information I could get, that she hadn't done anything to the house since I left after my father passed. Hey, Ron, how are you? So, this is a little story time. My sister and I weren't close, even though I did all I could to create a closeness with her. It seems that there was always something about me that I can only say she absolutely hated. She had, over our lifetime together, she had put a loaded pistol to my temple. I only remember one time, but she admitted she'd done it twice. And the first time I guess she got really in trouble with my parents about it. And so it became about her. Do you know what a beating I got for that? And, my answer was, well, perhaps that's better than a life sentence in prison. And there was just nothing I could do to please her. God knows that I prayed about it and I cried about it. I wanted her to know that she could talk to me about what it was about me that she found that made her so angry and so hateful. She would tell anybody who would listen about lies, just anybody who would listen. But anyway, my plan to be there to help with the cleanup and clean out of the home, it hasn't happened at this juncture. I know it won't happen, and I've had to. The only remaining immediate family would be my niece or I should say my sister's daughter, she has yet to reach out to me via text or answer any of my voicemail messages. So it even got like dirty with her son's father telling me that they were all sat down and told that I wasn't my father's child, which is a lie. I know that his sisters, who didn't like my mother, who was a beautiful woman and a very strong woman, uh, Barbara didn't take shit. Um, they couldn't stand her. One of my aunts had actually picked someone for my dad to marry, and he wasn't interested in her. He chose my mother. And so um, they themselves didn't think I was his child. And I didn't even find this out until I was an adult. I happened to be riding in the car with my uncle, and I don't know how the conversation evolved, but he told me that my father's sisters didn't think I was my father's child, and there was nothing that I could do that would ever change their mind. I've had to forgive all of them, though. I've had to forgive the people I call my aunt. I've had to forgive my niece for her coldness, her hatefulness. She's a lot like her mother. They could really hold grudges, and my sister could do mean things to people and never apologize. And you're right, Electra. It sounds like good riddance. Well, I did pray for her, and I hope she didn't check out of here angry and holding grudges, which she could do. And so it got down to me. I did a property check to see if there had been a will filed, et cetera, et cetera. And yeah, a will had been filed. And I knew because my father and I discussed not only what his sisters thought to be true in terms of who my dad was. His name is on my birth certificate, incidentally. So, that's my piece, that no matter what anyone may think or what they may say or what their fucking opinions may be, my piece is that his name is on my birth certificate. And if I wasn't his child, then I know no man who was as loving and kind to me as my father. He was a fabulous human being. But in the will, I knew that my father and I talked about, I knew he wanted the property and the home to go to the only boy, which is my sister's daughter's son. But it just got low, and it just got nasty. So I had to cry my last tear. I had to be at peace with myself and with them. I had to, forgiveness is a very powerful thing, because once you decide to forgive someone, even though you may not forget what they may or may not have done to you, whenever you talk about it or think about it, it doesn't have the same impact on you when you truly forgive someone. When you forgive them, no matter how heinous it may be, it's not something that you carry with you every day. There are folks who have had childhood trauma that are still trying to work out their traumas as adults, And I just can't imagine that you would want to get up every day and put on something that causes you pain, like you put on your clothes. Besides, it makes you ugly. It makes you look old and stuff too. And it's when you are unforgiving. And for those that are familiar with the Lord's Prayer in the King James Version of the Bible, in the Essay and Gospels of Peace, that prayer is actually much longer because Yeshua gives thanks and honor to the Father in heaven and the Mother upon earth. He goes on to say that we must forgive others because that is how we ourselves receive forgiveness. So if any of you are in situations where you are angry with someone, um, where you feel betrayed or you feel deeply hurt by something someone has done, I would urge you to, in the words of the Dalai Lama, forgive quickly. It releases that power that somebody has on you, and you can walk in peace. And isn't that what we all desire ultimately, is that we live in peace? I want to thank Ron. He's a sweet man. I love his videos. He's always very kind. He's a very kind person and a sweet spirit. You can see it. Um, I want to thank you all for wishing me happy birthday. Yes, I had another birthday yesterday, and I was with my cousins I'm with my cousins who have surrounded me with love, and we had cocktails, lots of tequila was flowing, and we sang music and danced and reminisced. It was really nice. And I understand that I've decided I'm going to celebrate my birthday till the next one. So tonight there's going to be a house full of people here and more cocktails and more laughter as I get to know the children that I haven't seen since they were probably 8 or 9 or 10. Now they're all adults with their own families, and so I'm looking forward to getting to know my family and staying close to those that love me. If you get to a point in your life where you realize that you are not for everybody and everybody isn't for you, and you get to the point where that doesn't matter, that what matters are the people who do get you, who love you, who know everything about you and love you anyway. They you can have a disagreement, but it doesn't mean that the friendship or the love ship is gone. It's just a disagreement. So I'm in a good space today. It's a beautiful day here. I haven't been in LA except to come in and out for a very long time. So I'm even getting to know the city again. Chemo is here. I told you, we've been working on a project, and trying to do it from Georgia was getting to be burdensome anyway. So I'm in a good place. In spite of all the chaos, there is a blessing in all of it. And I want you all to know that. We are all aware of what has recently happened between Hamas and Israelis. We just pray for peace. The history of that land was that it was called Palestine before, that Palestinians have been there for generations. Of course, there's been, different factions coming in and trying and taking over or whatever, but they've been on those lands for years. And now many of them, if not all of them, are confined to the Gaza Strip, which according to Dr. Lena is about 26 miles long and probably not that wide. And it's densely populated because it has over 2 million people living on that strip, and any misstep could mean their death. So I know for me, I'm just praying for peace, that the leaders will come together and figure out a way to coexist peacefully. I, for one, am troubled by the treatment of the Palestinians because, again, after World War II, after the heinous things that happened to the Jewish population when Hitler was around, the heinous things that were done, that after the war was over, that these people they didn't have a homeland. And that eventually led to the state of Israel. Now it feels to me as if they are treating the Palestinians in the same manner in which the Nazis treated them. And it just feels wrong to me. There has to be a way that the leaders can come together and resolve these issues, because nobody is winning in the situation. Nobody is winning. And it's sad that people who just want to be able to go to the market and live a happy, or at least a joyful and a fulfilled life, have to worry about being killed. It just grieves my heart. So I want us all to continue to pray for peace and to send that peace and love and light. It may sound fickle, it may sound crazy, but let us pray for that, because prayer is powerful. And I um, I think you're right, Electra. Both sides are hurting, and then the people become collateral damage. It's just what happens when there is war. It's a shame to me. It's just a shame. The one thing we can be thankful for is that we may have our troubles in this country, but yeah, we do have our troubles. And now we have to be more watchful ourselves, especially if you are a person of color, Black, brown, Asian, indigenous. You have to be mindful when you go to supermarkets. So I never in my life gave that any thought, ever, ever, ever. And now I find myself wanting to be aware of what is going on around me, so that I don't feel as if I've run into something, that I'm in a situation. You just don't think about those things. So we all have to collectively get together and pray for the peace in that region. So many leaders just want to rule over everybody. I mean, golly, maybe maybe this experiment and this reason we are all here on earth is to learn the lesson of loving one another the way we wake up and expect the Creator to love us. That's because we can always find a reason to hate somebody. We can always find a reason. And it's tiring. We in this country have gotten exhausted from hearing the name of inmate number P01135809, the criminal defendant. He has us all involved in his reality show. We're all participants, whether we want to be or not, in this nightmare of his. And it's like he sucked up all the air, and so much so that it has stressed so many people out. I have a friend who's a pharmacist, and he said he had never ever known so many people to have to take depressants as they have in these last 4 or 5 years. That the call for all of these antidepressants has risen because people are so stressed out. And We just have to do our best to not become those that are doing all of these hurtful things. We have to do our best to keep ourselves peaceful. We have to do our best to find that perfect peace. Uh, I think it's in Isaiah 24. There's a verse I think that says that he will give you perfect peace whose mind is stayed on him. And we need to remain peaceful. We really do. That doesn't mean that you are unaware. It doesn't mean that you are a wuss or anything like that. It just means for your own sake, uh, for your own sanity, we have to find that peace within ourselves. It will sustain us. We have to, with the death of my sister and my birthday yesterday, I realized that I must grab each moment of the day and live it to the full. I must do that because we don't know where or when or the hour. We don't know when we're going to be called home. So it's important that we enjoy the beauty of now. The fact that you all could have been doing anything else, but you came over here to hang out with me. Hey, Selma. So I thank Ron and I thank Jaconda and I thank Electra. I thank you all for coming over here to spend a little time with me because I've missed you all. I have. Uh, Forgiveness is not it. You're right. It's not for them. It's for us, and it releases the hold and the power someone we give them over our lives when we walk in this state of unforgiveness. Listen to Conda. Don't worry. Don't worry. Just be thankful that it was a fake emergency and not a real one. Be thankful that it was fake, girl. You know? So, yes. Hey, Sharon, how are you? It's important. It's important that we enjoy this now moment. It's important that we enjoy the beauty of this day because we look so far into the future, wondering what is going to happen, and oftentimes projecting and expecting the worst to happen, that it freaks us out. So I just want to tell you to do each moment of each day that we are given, because all we have is now. Tomorrow isn't even promised. We just have to enjoy this time, this moment. I'm telling you, I have spent the last 2 weeks, I bet, every day in deep sadness and in deep grief because I just called my sister and left her a voicemail message. It was kind of unusual for her not to answer the phone when I called, but I thought she had just gone to bed early, and it was in fact that night was when she had to be airlifted to a hospital, life flighted, I think is what it's called, and that she pretty much was gone then. I have told her in the spirit that regardless of how you felt about me while you were in human form, regardless of what you felt about me, regardless of what you said about me. You are my sister, and I love you, and I pray that you are now at peace. I pray that you are looking in the face of God and understanding that the word we use to describe how the Creator feels about us is just so weak. We can't possibly imagine the kind of love that the Creator has for us. I had a near death experience, an NDE, and I had that experience, and I can't even explain to you the love that I experienced in those moments. Oh, hi, Mary. I didn't see you come in. Hi there. So y'all don't spend any time worrying about what tomorrow may bring. And if you do pray, find that peace and do your best not to worry, because our thoughts are very powerful, as are our words. And we can manifest the opposite of what we desire by expecting the worst. I expect every day as best I can the best. And I tell you, there are days when I have to talk myself into it. There are mornings I wake up and I'm feeling some kind of way, but I have to sing, or I go into meditation and let those thoughts just run through. It takes work to find that sweet spot and not concern myself about it's sometimes it's just putting one foot in front of the other. That's an accomplishment on some days. Speaking of which, my knee is getting much better, and it's getting stronger. I'm still having some back things, and the left knee, of course, has to now be corrected. But I feel good, and the one thing that the pain reminds me is that I'm still alive. I'm still here. So yeah, and I want you to remember Raslyn Reeves, aka Tia. She lost her mom probably about a month ago. So please remember her in your prayers. She's a lovely spirit, and we will come together again to do our crazy reads and our crazy stuff with the cards, the petty cards. Everything I do, I know, is pretty petty with the cards, because if I want to get to the real nitty gritty, I read by instinct on the cards. I know they have distinct meanings, and I know what those meanings are. But I look at the card and see what kind of vibe it's giving me. So I'm looking forward to having Tia come back and we can have some fun. Speaking of which, are y'all having fun seeing the cannibalizing of our dear Republican friends? Can you believe what a mess? What a mess they've made it a thing. Oh my God. Oh my goodness. And that there is actually consideration to have criminal defendant inmate number P01135809 become the speaker, that there's actually some people who are serious about nominating him for speaker. We have some laws on the books that need to be corrected, okay? Some of these old laws, they just need to be corrected, because I just don't think, can you imagine how wild it would be with President Biden in the White House and him as the Speaker of the House. Oh my God. Mary, I'm going to put your comment up. No, we aren't. Happiness is fleeting, because happiness comes from what you're happy when you get something you want. You're happy when you get, a new car, new clothes. Happiness to me is something that is without us, that makes us happy. But I think what I'm speaking of is the joy that no man can give and no man takes away. That's what I'm speaking of, to find that place of joy. Even in, I think it's in Philippians, where Paul is telling us to think on good things, beautiful things, wonderful things that give us a smile, something that can bring us some joy, to think on those things. So we are encouraged, even if I'm not talking about religion. I don't deal with religion because I don't like it. I think religion is control, and right now we see that religion has become very perverse. It's hatred and division and bullshit is being preached from the pulpits. Anger, all of this is being poured into people who go to hear a pastor that they trust. That to me is not. Cash Peters makes a comment about how there are people who are not walking in Yeshua's shadow, let alone his footsteps. That's what I'm talking about. That walking in the shadow, in the secret place of the Most High, will bring you a certain amount of joy. Because after all, we are flesh, spirits in the flesh, and we're going to have up and down moments. We're going to have those. I work hard not to stay there, because I have to tell you, make a confession. I have a tendency to worry a lot. So I have to really work on myself. So when I'm speaking to you, I'm actually speaking to myself. I work hard on not worrying. I really do. And that's why it brings me to the now moment, for me to just be able to wake up and see the beauty in the heavens and in the earth, and to hear kids laugh, and to hear music, or just whatever that's going to make me smile through the day. That's what I focus on. We have been, going back to what's going on in the Congress and in churches and all that, we have been bombarded with all of this nastiness. We just get overwhelmed every single day. There's just some more nigglement, just some more bullshit that's happening, and it does make us tired. It does make us weary, and we've been going through this for 5 years, and we may yet have to be patient and know that it's not going to go away instantly. I am a firm believer that whatever happens to this person is because of what he has done. He has brought this karma on him. Johnny says, karma is a bitch and she knows where you live. So I don't have to spend any time being concerned about what's going to happen to him. It's happening now. It's happening now. He's had a good run with the grifting and the lies, and and every time he opens his mouth, he's lying. He's just lie, 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 lie. There was a speech that he gave, I think in Iowa or somewhere, saying that he had a better body than President Biden, but he wouldn't want to take off his clothes and lie in the sun or something like that. I'm thinking, no, because we see that shitty diaper you're wearing and that big bloated stomach that you have. that no amount of what's that stuff that he puts on him to make him orange? What do you call that? Bronzer. No amount of bronzer. It would melt in the sun. Please spare us. We don't want to see you naked. Okay. But he spends his time talking about those things, and he's been lying so much about having won the election that he's dug a deep hole for himself. He can't turn back now. So he's going to keep digging that hole. He's got to keep spreading that lie. And unfortunately, that's what it is now. But we don't have to get on that joyride with him. We don't have to worry about or think about or spend any more time thinking about what's going to happen to his ass, because it is happening right before our eyes right now. And you better believe that there will be more counts coming, and many of them are going to stick. Many of those 91 counts, let me tell you something is going to stick. We have become so exhausted that we want something to happen right now. You know, the microwave age. You can have a 10-course meal by microwaving some stuff and be eating a 10-course meal in an hour. We're in a microwave society. We want it now. Heck yeah, I want it now. However, I can rest knowing that it is here, that we will witness what we will witness what his actions have done. We'll witness that. We all have done things that we have had karmic justice come back to us. We can watch him and see that's exactly what's happening with him. And it doesn't matter how angry he gets. It doesn't matter how he starts trying to intimidate the judges and intimidate jurors and send out whistles to his crowd, to his people, to go get these folks. No, he's not going to get off the hook. Ideally, people are saying they don't see him in prison. Maybe there's some stuff we ain't supposed to see. Maybe right now we're not supposed to see it. If they dug a hole and put him in it and fed him through some slots, and not let him get on social media or allow him to talk, that would be very pleasing to me. However, that's we don't know what's going to happen. Oh, hey, Adrian. Hi. Happy birthday to you also. I love you too, my fellow Libran. So don't worry about what's going to happen to this cat. He's made his bed, and now he's got to lie in it. He's broken a lot of hearts. He's stolen a lot of money, because money is not the money that's the root of all evil. It says it's the love of money. Money is what he lives for. And the worst thing that can happen, and what seems to be happening now, is that his brand, his fiefdom, his kingdom is being torn down. He won't be able to see his name in big gold letters on any buildings, not in New York anyway. That's messing with him. I don't care how much he comes out and talks all of his crap. He knows that the jig is up, baby. So let us continue to send strength and prayer to Biden and to his administration to keep him strong and his mind clear. I'm loving the young Dems, Jasmine Crockett and Maxwell Frost. I love them. I'm loving those freshmen Moskowitz. I'm loving these freshman Dems, y'all. They coming out swinging. Yes, they are. They're coming out swinging, and they are landing some punches. You hear me? I remember the time that Lauren Balbert, I'm gonna call her Lauren Balbert, grabber of balls, uh, was trying to. She wasn't getting anywhere with one of the witnesses that they had brought in to testify in one of their sham investigation things, and Jasmine Crockett said, she began by saying, I'm going to do something she would never do, and that is apologize for the way she treated you. And unlike her, I have some education. I have passed about, baby, they said Miss Balbert got up and went out of the room. She probably had to go smoke a cigarette because Jasmine got up in that ass. Okay, so we have the future is looking much brighter because we are having younger people come in and pick up the mantle. Remember to vote, Dems. You know, I mean, I want you to vote anyway, but I'm praying that you're voting for the Dems, because we can see that what's happening in the House, we can't do jack now because they don't even have a speaker. Okay. And then to think, can you imagine having Jim Jordan at that doggone podium as the Speaker of the House? Oh, that's the thing nightmares are made of. Oh my God. That's the thing that to have him spitting and foaming at the mouth at the podium, trying to call it to order. It would be a nightmare. There would be a nightmare to have him and Trader Green trying to run some shit up in the house. They ain't running nothing but their shoes over. Okay? So vote. Convince your friends to vote. If you get into any kind of conversations with a MAGA, don't make yourself angry and try to change their minds. Don't even go there. Because I got a story where I was living before this. A really handsome man moved in, very handsome cat, and he befriended me, and I enjoyed talking to him because he was nice to look at. You know, he was really eye candy, and it turns out that he himself could be he could be or one of the insurrectionists or thought about it. He is we had some conversations, and he told me about his website and the places where he posts, and it was rather disturbing, you know, because he's right now located in a very diverse community, but it's heavily populated by Blacks and Hispanics, and I got to thinking, I mean, is this cat over here casing out the joint and stuff, and will soon become a Dylan Roof or something? You know, that kind of thought. It made me very sad because I enjoyed talking with him, but when I saw that, I understood that he's got some issues, and he's got issues with the current administration, and everything that he says he's not, he is. So no, Electra, I don't plan on moving to the West Coast, but since I'm out here, I just decided I was going to stay for a little while because my plans changed. I had actually planned to stay in the Reno Tahoe area for a time, but you know, I may as well enjoy myself again, take advantage of this time that I have with my family members that I haven't seen. I think it's probably been 20 or 25 years I haven't seen some of my family members. So I'm really delighted to be here. Oh yeah, Electra Storm. I was thinking about hopping across the pond and going to the islands for a minute. Now that if I went over there, that would be the that would be the place where you probably not. I mean, that would be the place I moved to. I felt so at home in the islands. However, that's just right. It's just a far out thought. I'm I'm um, I'm allowing myself to. I'm allowing myself to kind of heal. I realized that there were some open wounds from family dysfunction, and I am now just allowing myself to heal. Uh, I don't have any. I don't know how to hate anyone. I never have known how to do that. So again, my peace is that um, I haven't closed the door. If for some reason my niece should call and need some help, my thought is that I would help her. Uh, but I'm at peace with them and with the whole family situation. It's amazing. Like I said in the beginning, it's amazing to me how many people have dysfunction in their family. So I know I'm not alone. I'm not alone at all. I'm here in LA. I'll get a chance to see Chemo and my bandmates from the islands very soon. Um, I may pick up some gigs here. I've already put out some feelers with some friends that I know work. So I'm just gonna stay in this groove, stay in this head, and I want you all to do the same. Pull yourself away from the troubles that and troubles and people who vex your spirit, and cling tightly to those that love you, that support you, that encourage you, that get you, that aren't judging you. They are just loving you because you are you. That is what I am doing, and grabbing on to each moment of each day, and wringing as much joy out of it as I can. Because tell you something, child, we just don't know when we might be called home. So that's why I think we should just relax for a minute. I realize I don't have to watch the news on a 24-hour cycle like I had been. I found this silly little show called 90 Day Fiance, The Other Way, where these people, Americans, hook up with people across the pond that they've been talking to on the internet. And I guess the whole idea is for them to get married, but that has been my sort of brain candy. I just watch it because I think it's delightful. I mean, it's a great idea, but also these folks are out there airing all of their issues and everything as well. I guess they get together with the people that they've been conversing with online, only when they get in person. Lecture, you say it's too much. It is. It is a lot. It is a lot. I think it's on TLC. It is a lot, but I don't know. I've enjoyed it so far. I got to get caught up on it because I want to see what's going to happen with Shekinah and Sarkar. who looks like a plastic man to me. I know there's something about him that's kind of weird and creepy, but he says he slept with 2,500 women. Whew, that's a lot of dick slanging, baby. Good grief. So, yeah, y'all, just pull up. Just pull up. And if all you can give yourself during your busy day is 15 or 20 minutes just to sit quietly in prayer and meditation, do that. I've told you over and over and over and over again that you can't run on an empty tank and you cannot give people what you don't have. So it's important for you to refuel. If you have children, little ones, and you're at home with them, get in your groove while they're napping or whatever. Find that time because it's absolutely necessary to feed your soul. It really is. So that's it. I'll be back on very soon, perhaps this weekend, like a Saturday afternoon. I'm going to check in with Tia to see if she's available and have her come on. I think I packed. I think I packed some cards. I'm not sure. If not, I'll have to get out and get a pack. Find me some nice ones to work with. But I'm gonna have her come back and join us because it was fun for both of us. So to all of you, to Ron and Sharon, Electra, Jaconda, Adrienne, Mary. Let's see who else came in. Mary Thornberry. Thank you all so much for hanging out with me. Thank you for your condolences and your show of love. I really, really do appreciate it. I really, really do. Oh, we have, don't we have an eclipse or something coming up this week too? I think so. I think on Friday we'll be able to see the ring of fire. So if you're, check your calendars to see if you'll be somewhere where you can observe it. Don't be stupid like dude. Put some sunglasses on if you're going to look up and look at it directly. But yeah, there's many things happening in the heavens that are affecting us. And so understand that it's that there is the shift has occurred, and it's sort of like giving birth to babies. We're birthing a new thing. We really are. I love you all, and I will see you again very, very soon. You have to know that I've missed you so very, very much. I really have. Y'all enjoy the rest of your evening, okay? Thank you again. Thank you so much. Mwah. See you soon.